North, broadcasting live from the north, from the 715, from the north.
Hey guys, what's up? Gonna continue here in our creating template series. For this one, I'm gonna show how to do the 2-track one, and we're also gonna make this one instead of starting from scratch like we did with the multi-track template. We're going to go into a track that we just mixed, and if it's got the effects and returns you usually use, the plugins you're typically going to use, then we're going to go in and basically reverse engineer this one, take all the audio out of it, leave the subgroups and the effects and returns, save it as a template, and then after we do that, I'm going to open up the template and bring in new stems into it. So this can be a template you're going to use for like all future 2 tracks, or say you just got a client who is having you mix a whole project for them, so 8, 10, 12, however many tracks. So the first session you use kind of your base template for, then you customize it a little bit to what this artist is looking for. Maybe they like a lot of different delays, or the effects that they're using, or whatever it may be. Then you can save another session just for this client, and then you upload all the rest of the sessions through this one. So I guess without further ado, alright, I already made I did a save as and just put temp create because we're going to make a template out of it. I just, in case, for session recall, if this client ever needs me to go back into it, I don't want to delete all his audio out of it. So here we go. We're just opening up a session that we, just mixed. All right, and this is the master session, and a lot of time, especially with 2 tracks, there's some processing that I want to put on the vocals, but I don't want to put on the instrumental. So I still have another subgroup for each one of these, and I'll, kind of explain that as we take the other stuff out of here. This one also, I needed one more delay, and instead of going back to the session before this, which, I try to, this is another thing too, just a quick little tip. So this is the song I'm working on. So now they're kind of all out of order. But this was the first one. So I bring the session in, save it. As soon as I start mixing it, save as 0.2. After I'm done mixing it, save as 0.3 master. Now he wanted some less reverb and lower the volume of the delays. So I had to go in and remaster it in this one here. So the 0.2, I have 0.2 and then 0.2 less delay. Then I went in and remastered it. Now since I'm making the template, we have temp create. That's not typically something you'll find in my folders, but saving them as you go, when you first upload it, that way you can go back to the original without you doing anything. This is also handy when you want to give them ABs either to this customer or to next potential clients, if you get permission to show the client who who's before and after you're showing them. So this right here is me not touching it, period. Like I said, there's the mix, there's the master. I had to go in, put less delay on it. Then there's the remaster, and then this is for the template, and here we're in this. Basically, this one I didn't want to go back again and put a delay at the end of the vocals, so I just did it. No big deal. But for all future clients, they might not need a delay right there. So take that out. We'll just remove it from here. That's my send. We're not going to need this one. All right. So now, this is the master that I have. I got the instrumental, a subgroup, the vocals, that's another delay that I was using, but that was part of the session. the 2-bus, and the master. So the 2-bus has, FGX, limiter, black box HG2, tape machine, a couple other goodies here, VMR, VBC, Chandler curve bender, C6 isotope. But I put my metering on these ones over here, just an analyzer on the final step. So that one stays in the mix and the master. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring in all the tracks. This is from the mix, but I'm gonna save the template this way because it sets me up for the mix and for the master. So here I have delay 1 and delay 2. That's where that one went. So those I'm gonna save. Okay, this I don't want in here. Delete. Alright, all those are staying. Master is gonna stay. This is just an extra augs in case actually, I lied. A lot of times that's what that one is, but this one, I'll show you. Alright, we're gonna use the ad-lib sub, the verse sub, another one here. So basically we'll start from there and then unhighlight the ones we're gonna keep. Okay, hook sub is staying. There's some duplicates of that one there. I was A-Bing some compressors, but maybe I'll save that so I can use those in the future here. And then those ones we're leaving, so we're gonna delete all those. Gone. Both those, bye-bye, and the beat. Okay, so now we basically are set up to bring our stems into it. So these ones I kind of use in the master, so I'm going to take those and make them inactive. I mean, you can even hide them if you want, but right now our whole list, everything, every track that's in here is, is showing here. If we want to take those ones out and just get them out of the way, that's fine. I just leave them towards the top. They're inactive. They're not using any CPU or the DSP on the UAD stuff. So basically now we're pretty set up. I have the VMR, C4, a couple different. What I was doing here in verse 1, the reason there's 3 of them, is I was testing the VTM verse, this is the soft tube versus oxide. So maybe when we bring the stems in or in another session, I'll make a video kind of comparing what all 3 of those sound like up against each other. And this one, like while mixing, I'll have another submaster that, only have one active, or have one muted. You can't have them both playing or it's not going to be good. But say, some of these are kind of DSP hogs, but a lot of people like to mix into certain plugins, like the tape machine they're using, or even, the FGX, but I'll turn it way down, so it's not really doing anything yet, depending on how loud, the next song is going to be. And then I can make this one inactive, and then only bring that in the master. So now, your new submaster is this one without all of your master plugins on it yet, just sitting there bypassed, but still taking up precious DSP and CPU. So this is your mix submaster. As soon as you switch over to mastering, make this one inactive and make these 3 active. Then route your instrumental through there, vocals through there, and then both those come to this one, which is all your 2-bus processing. So basically, we got our main effects and returns here. We can activate those and activate these. All this screen capture and video. Ooh, alright. I was hoping the rainbow wheel of death didn't cut our time short. So I have a lot of VMRs down here that I just, in the past have used and just bring them down and bypass them. They're just different settings that I'll try. But I could just as easily remove those. This is kind of crowded. But like I said, these ones are going to be for the master. So right now, we're basically good to save our template. So we'll do save template, mixing template. All right, now we can, that one, whatever, it doesn't matter. The template's saved somewhere else. So now we go to new session. Okay, the source material 1644.1 in here. Oops, 1644.1. So now we're going to find our mixing templates 2017, a Kenya, the one we just made. Okay. So now, these ones I've already brought the stems into. These ones I haven't. So we'll just look and see what we got. Again, grayed out the ones, so we'll do this one here. So we'll name the session that. All right, and I just put all the stems basically in, here's the customers folder. So down here, when it's in alphabetical order, I use my Z system. Is this color coding just associates up here. Like I need to make one that says Z ready to mix. So then I know the ones in purple are already done, which is what we pulled it out of. What we made the last template out of. This one we got a little issue with. Recorded here, and then the rest of them that are stems were recorded at his place. So then I like to just self-contain everything though. Inside, I got my sessions. In here, then Z stems, we got all those. So we're doing the shut up mix. So we go in there. Alright, so now we can drag all these over this way. Then we kind of got to go through, and Studio One has a cool feature to just export everything to stems, but it's going to name everything, this shut up dash whatever the track is. So so I can see what it is, I'm going through. Sorry, I don't need to make you sit through all this. I can do this later, but we'll maybe kind of visually see what's going on here. So we got some intro sounds here. Track 11, it doesn't look like anything ended up being on, but make it inactive. Hook ad-libs. Verse 1 ad-libs. So just kind of organize it a little bit so we know what we're doing here. We got a verse main up there. So just get this action a little cleaner. Alright, then we got the hook sub up there. Verse 1. Maybe I'll bring them duplicates up there in case I just want to, check out those tape machines. I just got a couple of those, so for now I'm going to make these inactive though. Just got a couple new tape machines, so I'm gonna try, all three against each other and see what I'm liking, see if I can come up with a pattern here. Again, that was from the template and should have deleted that before, but There it goes, gone. Now the ad-lib sub here, I just already have, you know, some telephone. Oops, jeez. Little telephone EQ going to it, and it's got some extra tape delay and stuff. So those ones all, like the ad-libs that I want to be telephone vocals. So I mean, we're probably thinking this one, this one, this one. Those are gonna go to the ad-lib sub, which is 9 and 10. All right, then basically besides those, the rest of them are gonna go to their respective ones. So the other two hooks, I'm gonna go through 1, 2. These don't need to have an input anymore. These 3, I'm gonna go to 3, 4. And 5, 6 for that one. And again, no input. All right, so that's how you bring them in, get them routed. Now they're all going to the right sub. When I get to I'll, you know, start with the hook. Then when I get to verse 1, maybe I'll make these active, and then I can go through and solo and see which tape machine I'm liking better. The VTM here. Oxider, this is the newest one. I've had VTM's what I've been using for a long time, and you know, I really like it, but I also wanted to see, you know, what else what the buzz was about with a couple of them. So I've been trying it out against Oxide, and then recently I just got this one. So you know, we're gonna check that out. We'll maybe save that for another time, but for now, that's how to make a template, whether it's a 2-track or a multi-track from a session you've already mixed. Just get all the audio out of it, take out anything that was super specific, like where the delays are. But then, I mean, you know, you already got your plugins here, you already got your effects and returns, you know, some labeling done here, and yep, get them routed and get to mixing. All right, well, like, comment, subscribe, share, YouTube things. Thanks.